Reading some hate mail. This is fun. This is an email from Michael. I'll keep him anonymous because he did send this via email as opposed to putting on the YouTube channel. But anyway, it's a silly email in all its context, and I wanted to respond because it's fun. Actually, it's kind of fun to do this. It's not worth my time to email him back, but hey, if I can get a video out of it and have some folks watch this, it'll be a good time. It would be fun to respond to the silliness. And it could be profitable for me too. So let's read this. Michael writes, Josh, I like your stuff, except for all your talk about Roth conversions. Why do you keep using examples that are not representative of the bulk of America? The example you should be using is a median family you say has $60,000 of income and $172,000 saved for retirement. For someone in their 60s and one of the spouses taking Social Security early because that's what represents the bulk of America. In that scenario, the couple would be better off with a good explanation of QCDs for their given rather than talk about Roth conversions that are costly to them. It appears that you are trying to attract affluent clients as opposed to helping the bulk of America. I'm not a hater. I might be wrong, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. All right, well, Michael, it's silliness and all is on context. So let's just, first and foremost, let's say I did do a channel, and my sole purpose was to attract affluent clients. Let's just say I did that. Why the hell do you care? What difference does it make to you? It's my business, it's my life, it's what I want. Why do you care about what I do? We got too many busybodies, my friends, out there in the world who want to comment what other people do. Just live your own damn life. You live yours, I live mine. I do what I want to do, how I want to do it. You do it how you want. I don't care. You shouldn't care either. I just stop with this busybody stuff of you should do this, you should do that. It's just people need to figure out what they want to do and live their life accordingly. It's okay. So even if I were just trying to attract the affluent and I was trying to get one over on you by saying I'm not trying to attract the affluent, A, I would never attract anyone because people can tell lying. We know who's lying. B, who cares? Why do you care? What is the affluent? All right, so then part two, he says the bulk of America. So according to Michael, I should focus on the bulk of America because the bulk of America has 172,000 saved for retirement and they're in their 60s. And one of the spouses has taken Social Security early. It's not the bulk of America. The bulk of America are not in their 60s. It's just the silliness of this. All right, then the big thing that just bothers me more than anything is I guarantee this is a guy who falls for headline propaganda. Headline propaganda. Oh, I saw a BuzzFeed headline or it was the Newsweek saying Trump is going to, it used to be McConnell and Ryan are going to cut your Medicare, but they had to change that because Ryan's no longer in. Now it's Trump and McConnell are going to cut your Medicare. I saw this headline. I'm going to forward it to everybody because it said in the article, and if you actually read the article, you realize they don't know what the hell they're talking about. In fact, the quotes they attribute to McConnell don't say anything about wanting to cut Medicare. Hey. And so I guarantee our man Michael here is a guy who falls for that stuff, left, right, and center, saying, the headline. All right, so secondly, he says QCDs, qualified charitable distributions. Okay, very few people want to do QCDs. They can if they want. I don't care. I've done so many videos on QCDs. It's just, why? I'm not going to focus on when you should do Roth conversions on QCDs. The thing that actually annoys me, and this did tick me off, the whole point about why I want to do this, because forget the point if I want to attract influence, I don't care. In fact, the irony of that is silly, given that I wrote this freaking book, You Can Retire on Social Security, where I talk about how you can retire basically with nothing but Social Security. Yes, I'm going to write this book, You Can Retire on Social Security, in order to attract affluent clients. Does that make any flipping sense? I wrote this book, Strategic Money Planning, for folks in the 30s and 20s and 30s, mainly in the 30s, not to make the silly mistakes I made, because I want to attract affluent clients by telling them it's okay to take a 401k loan. I have a video on you don't need $1 million to retire or $950,000 to retire. It's one of my most popular videos. I got a video that says you can retire on $136,000, and then of course the book. So the ignorance is, but it's not just because being ignorant just means you don't know. I don't fault people for not knowing. I fault for people who are ignorant, but then want to pretend like they aren't, and then want to tell other people how to live their lives. Tell you what, Michael, you do your thing, man. Live your life the way you want. I will never tell you how to live your life. I don't care. You know why? Because I believe in freedom. People have a right to choose. And if I wanted to attract affluent clients and I was using my YouTube as a way to tell, I mean, think about how absurd this is. I'm going to pretend like I'm here just to attract lower working class clients in order to attract affluent people. Does that make any sense? It's just, the thing is just silly on its face. It's like Rush Limbaugh says, the Democrats always say that the rich steal from the poor. The poor are poor. They don't have any money in which the rich can steal from. It's a silly thing to say. So I'm going to pretend I'm there for the middle class, which is this insinuation. It's like you're just a poser. I'm just embarrassed for people, man. And then they take the time. It's funny too, because some of these YouTube comments I get is like, blah blah blah. You do this or you do that. Blah blah blah. I'm like, why do you take all that time to comment if you can't stand me? You're never going to listen again, or you're not going to sub, or you're going to unsub, or do that. Just you say you take too much time on a 5-minute video. In fact, my one video where I talk about the 13 states that don't tax Social Security is literally a 9-minute video. People say, you take too long, I waste all this time, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, didn't you just waste a bunch of time emailing how much time I wasted on you? It's awesome, man. All right, so if you're going into YouTube or anything where you put out there, the one thing that you will learn in order to have a thick skin is you just got to laugh at people. Laughing at people is the way you do it. And I don't mean you laugh at people who are down your luck. I mean laughing at people who email silly stuff, because you're going to get silly stuff. People are jealous on anyone who has the gumption. And thankfully, I'm a man. This is why I really hate the idea that women feel limited on their ability to get in front of a camera, because you got a bunch of freaking losers out there who are going to talk about their looks. And then you got a lot of women haters too, because they're jealous. I get that. So, man, we don't have to deal with that, thankfully. We just got to deal with people. You should do this. You should do that. And I always say, look, dude, you know how much it costs to open a YouTube channel? Nothing. Doesn't cost anything. It doesn't cost you nothing, literally nothing. You can open a YouTube channel for free, without question. You can, if you got a phone, you can literally do it all in here. More power to you. The water's warm, Michael. Get on there and start doing your own channel. It'd be fantastic. I invite you to do that for sure. But this email will be deleted. So let's find some other ones. We'll talk next here. So hang tight just a second. I did a quick cursory look at some of my comments on YouTube, and I don't have any major hate comments on here. I wonder if they're in my likely spam. Here we go. Let's look in likely spam and see what we got. I don't get a whole lot of hateful emails. It doesn't seem like I have a lot of hate comments on here. So anyway, it's all good. I appreciate that. Some of the stuff is I don't get a lot of emails on hateful emails, which is good. Because most of the stuff I delete. The emails I get, and these aren't hateful emails at all. They're actually cries for help. The drawback is they're very long, paragraph after paragraph. And I do save some for future Q&As. They can't be too long, my friends. I simply just don't have the time to read them all. And I don't have the time to digest a paragraph after paragraph after paragraph. It's not conducive. Is that the right word? To Pablo needing to get a walk every 20 minutes at all ends of the 24 hours. I don't get a whole lot of hateful stuff now. Maybe as my channel is pretty small, as it grows, I'll get more stuff. But I don't get a whole lot. Whenever I do something on climate change, I get a lot of stupid, silly stuff. But that doesn't. I mean, that bores me. Frankly, I probably will never talk on that because it just bores me. It was the one guy said on the live stream the other day. The science is ever overwhelming for climate change or something like that, and I can't. I get bored discussing this over and over and over again. It just bores me. So you do you thing on climate change. I'll do my thing there. You're not going to convince me. I'm not going to convince you. It's fine, without question. My job isn't to convince the fear mongers. My job is to convince those in the middle. Say, how true is this? By the way, should I really be scared? Kind of like how when I first investigated the vaccine stuff. The level of animosity and, like I said, vitriol towards those who even question vaccinations. The CDC recommended schedule of 18, or I think it's 19 shots for infants now was just through the roof. And just to actually say, is this healthy? Is it safe? What made you a flat earther? And that level of animosity and vitriol makes me more inclined to go down the road and say it's like they're hiding something. And the same thing on the climate change. Same thing on low high carbs, low fat stuff. I mean, this is what it was 10 years ago. Gradually, as the older the rear guard has died off in the nutritional science. A lot of people who previously before were too afraid or actually banished from the industry have been able to speak up. And because of that now, we are seeing a dramatic shift in the nutritional science, at least a debate, which is good. The same thing's going to happen with climate science. I mean, you can see this a mile away. We've seen this in all kinds of different science things all over the place. And the same thing will happen with vaccines too. I'm just telling you, it's only a matter of time. But, the people who are funded by the government, they have the power, they have the notoriety, right? And they also have the peer reviews. And because of that, they control the topics of conversation, and they can easily put you to the pasture if you don't follow suit. We've seen this a million times with Sunday in various scientific debates, economic debates, you name it, the philosophical debates. You just have a group. It's like the freaking, what's that book where the English kids, where they went on this island, with Piggy with the glasses and whatnot, wherever that, the Lord of the Flies, like the Lord of the Flies. You got a dominant, group of people, and they're gonna basically butcher anyone who doesn't follow suit. Look, this is part and parcel. So for a curious guy like me, I say, that's interesting. So the vast majority are going this way. I'm curious about what the other side offers, because I would like to see the other side. And then the vast majority piles on you and calls you every name under the sun. You're like, okay, that tells me their argument is thin at best, and they're manipulating or hiding something. Now, what does that have to do with hate mails? I typically don't get that much, simply because I don't know. I don't know why, or I just don't look at it. I don't know. But, I'm sure this will spark more, because they say, oh, you think you'll get one? Let me show you now. But I also have my man David Simon has a pretty good filter to limit some of the crap I get, which is good. So I appreciate it. But the emails I get, I love. I do. If you can make those more concise, I can put them in a Q&A file, which I have for future questions and answers. But I just can't have paragraphs after paragraphs. And I can't give away my time for free either, my friends. So I do get a lot of, here's my situation, any thoughts? I simply don't have the time for that. I don't, for free. I don't, because I'm looking for affluent clients at $250 for an hour's time, or affluent clients who have $150,000 saved, and they want to know if they're going to be okay at retirement, because those are affluent clients, or widows who wonder if they should do a reverse mortgage. Again, those are my affluent clients. Anyway, I probably should have let that get under my skin so much, but it ticks me off, because I cannot stand when people don't do the research. They just fly off the hip with just comments. You're like, dude, you don't even know what you're talking about. And because you don't know what you're talking about, it's insulting to me. And generally speaking, I brush it off, but I hate ignorance when it's couched in idea of knowledge, when it's not knowledgeable. At the same time, accusatory too. You got an ignorant guy who thinks he's knowledgeable, who's throwing accusations. That's the worst. I can't stand it. And so that's why I respond. All right, we'll see you next time.